what's a 1031 exchange and how can we use it as an investor? Let's say as a wholesaler, for instance, what would I want to look for?
As a wholesaler, you cannot use a 1031 exchange.
But who would I want to look for maybe to, I mean, we're kind of a leading question here. People
Okay,
that have-
as a what kind
Trying
of
to flip the deal,
purchaser you would
basically,
look to?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you would look for someone who is looking to get out of. Well, it's going to be a little difficult because they have. Let me first do it differently.
explain
Let
it
me start
first,
with the
yeah.
1031.
Let's talk about
first.
1031
Sorry,
first.
people, excuse
Sorry,
me.
I'm confused a
Okay,
little
a
bit.
1031 exchange is a very specific set of transactions whereby you transfer ownership of the real estate to a third-party intermediary. This is very important, folks. People's 1031s have been thrown out because they have not used proper 1031 intermediaries. You're literally transferring ownership to a third-party intermediary who does this only all day, every day. Then what they do is they sell your property, and then based upon what you have identified as the new property, which you only have 45 days to do after you've sold your property, they will then go and acquire the new property. And then they will transfer title back to you. Now, what does this do for you? You could have a property that was purchased 25 years ago for $200,000 that is now worth $2.5 million with basically a zero depreciable basis. So do you want to pay tax on the whole $2.5 million? Probably not.
Okay.
So what you would do is you would take this $2.5 million, put it into a new property for at least that, if not more. You must invest 100% of the proceeds of a 1031 exchange. There's no partial investments. Must be 100%. And you must have at least the same amount of debt on the new property as you did on the old. Preferably more, so you're buying a bigger property.
So you roll it up and kind of
And then you
upgrade
keep
essentially.
rolling, exactly. So now you've rolled up not into a $2.5 million property, but let's say a $5 million property. And guess what? This property only cost you $200,000. And you haven't paid a dime in tax.
Wow.
Leave that for your kids or grandkids.
That's great. Okay. Yeah.
Now,
so-
what Doug was talking about with
Yeah.
how can he would look for people that have recently sold their property and have only 45 days to identify what it is they need as a replacement property.
Right.
Working with the 1031 exchange agent would benefit Doug and other wholesalers greatly because some people might have deals that they've identified that have fallen through the cracks.
Right.
That being said, the people who are entering into the 1031 need to identify properties within the 45 days or the deal dies.
Right.
So
Perfect.
this is something for you wholesalers to consider.